Breaking news! Kaizer Chiefs have signed Fleurs on a 2-year contract with an option of a further year. But why now? Why are they signing him now? We are also going to talk about the striker that Kaizer Chiefs are apparently monitoring. I smell a rat. Hello and welcome to Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakosi Football Club. After 7 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, maybe more, of trialing with Kaizer Chiefs, the management has finally decided to sign Fleurs, who was released by SuperSport United earlier on in the season, and Gavin Hunt said that, last I checked, the player was injured, but then found only to find that Kaizer Chiefs had actually started having him in trials with Kaizer Chiefs. But the question that I'm asking myself, obviously according to Post, first of all, they reported that Kaizer Chiefs on the final days of Mlifensegi, the player had been recommended to the management that, hey, we have a player here, we might have to sign him. And there were talks of Amazulu also wanting to sign him and all of that stuff, but it seemed like he was sticking with Kaizer Chiefs. I also had some rumors which I will not confirm that were stopping his move. I will not confirm that because I only have one source from this story. So, but I guess they ironed all of those small issues out, and now the deal has come to pass. But I think it's more than just signing another centre back who has a very huge potential. But I think there's an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed, and that is why Kaizer Chiefs have actually signed Fleurs. And it's this: Dove is injured a lot. At left back, he gets injured a lot, and we end up having to play Frosler in that position, out of position. Secondly, Hlanti is on his final year of his contract. Mashiane is not playing so well. So if you look at that, then you're like, you see that we have a hole at left back. Either between him and Titloko, one of them can play actually as a left back, as a makeshift left back, if one of those players get injured, instead of always having to rely on a player like Dove who's going to get injured from time to time, because last year he wasn't getting this injured as much as he's getting injured this season. So it's clear that playing out wide is actually putting a strain on his body. So now with Flus being there, I think it also just gives Kaizer Chiefs that breather. Yoguti, you know what, we have a player who can always cover for him. Because the other thing, my other theory was that they were not signing Flus because he wanted to get more game time at Chiefs, and the problem is because that's why he left SuperSport, right? Because he wasn't getting game time. So coming to Chiefs to sit on the bench, I don't think it was going to fly with him. So now that he's at Chiefs and there's a potential and there's a space for him that he can take, then it's easier for him to then say, you know what, I am signing for Chiefs. I'm not saying that's the fact, it's just my observation. But you can also tell me what you think about Chiefs finally signing Fleurs. Another player that Kaizer Chiefs might be signing. I have to stop because I forgot to ask you to subscribe. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. That's weird. And like the video so that YouTube can show this video to more people like you. Kaizer Chiefs are apparently monitoring a striker. Obviously, the first question will be like, but I thought we signed 2 strikers. And then some other people will say, no, those strikers have not done anything for us. And another person will say, if you also look at the strikers that we have one who's 30 years old. Yes, he just came from a very good season, which is Uranga Chivaviro. And you have another one, which is Gonzalez, who's actually not on a permanent loan, on a permanent deal with Kaizer Chiefs, because he's loaned to Kaizer Chiefs, which basically means if Kaizer Chiefs are not impressed, so far, I'm sure they are not impressed, they can let him go at the end of the season and bring in the striker that they are looking at. However, this striker, before I say his name, the problem that I have with him is that for the team that he plays for right now, he's only started 33% of the games. And it doesn't actually seem like he's a perfect fit for Kaizer Chiefs. What do I mean? Because if you have a striker who's sitting on a bench for a team that he plays for, then when it comes to Chiefs, how much worse is he going to be? Where is he going to play? Because we have players at Kaizer Chiefs who are starting right now, but in their own teams, but when they come to Chiefs, they would even be fighting for their place in the starting 11. If you have a player who's already not even starting for their team, how much more are they going to perform? Number 2, This player is also 30 years old. And I thought the last time I checked, we were actually trying to lower our average squad age. And I know people will say, hey, nango kumpilo seqalile, why are you talking about age again? Because we know that age is just a number. In PSL especially, he can still give us 5 more years. But let's not fool ourselves, guys. After 30, if you're a footballer, it doesn't look that great. But I've dragged this long enough. Who's the striker I'm talking about? I'm talking about Elmo Kimvuindi. Yo, my daughter. It's not Kimvuiti. It's Elmo Kimvuiti, and he's playing for Chippa United right now. And yes, he has played 3 games and he has scored 3 goals, which is quite impressive. And also, it's reported that Kaizer Chiefs are monitoring him and they are very much interested in him. I would even show his picture because it's a player that you don't know. But the problem that I have is the fact that it's from Latuma, and I don't think Kaizer Chiefs will now start making decisions after watching a player play 3 games, even though they just spent 7 weeks monitoring Luke Fleurs, who was a quality player that we already knew and was established in the PSL, and now they are going to go to Chippa United and sign this player just because he has scored 3 goals in 3 games. I don't think that's the criteria that they'll be using. But then again, this is Kaizer Chiefs, and they might just surprise you. Speaking of strikers, though, I want you to tell me, Uguti, which striker, if any, do you think can actually fit Kaizer Chiefs at this point in time? Because obviously we have a new coach right now, but still, I know people have concerns about Ranga, people have concerns about Gonzalez. So which striker do you actually think Kaizer Chiefs can bring in and will make a difference? And also, do you think it would be then a good idea for Kaizer Chiefs to go out in January and sign a left back, or do you think that will look like a panic buy? As such, you should be waiting for June to sign an actual left back, because that's the only position that I think Kaizer Chiefs are currently lacking in. So let me know what you think about this down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoya.